Dreamscape presents Joan Crawford, The Last Word. Fred Lawrence Guiles, Hollywood Collection, by Fred Lawrence Guiles. Narrated by Joanna Perrin. Preface. As I write this in the winter of 1993, Joan Crawford's memory lies in tatters, her punishment for being a bad mother. Her posthumous reputation is similar to that of the celebrated torch singer Libby Holman, who introduced the song Moanin' Low and a dozen other popular songs which have become standards in our time. Holman was a critic's darling and her male admirers were legion, but it was the scion of the Reynolds Tobacco Company who won her and persuaded her to retire to a magnificent estate in North Carolina. Once there, however, boredom set in, and the Reynolds manse became a prison to Libby. There were drunken brawls and jealousy was rife on both sides, and then one morning young Reynolds was found shot to death. As she had been on the premises, Libby was accused of murder, and her rambling account, as any alcoholic's would be, of the night before, did nothing to give her an alibi. She was booked, freed on bail, and then tried for the murder of Reynolds. The jury was moved by Libby's tearful courtroom appearance in her widow's weeds, and she was acquitted. She picked up her career again, yet she could never quite live down the notoriety. When she died, Libby Holman was remembered mainly for the crime which she claimed she did not commit, and in a similar way, Joan Crawford is remembered chiefly not for having had the longest career on the screen of anyone who ever worked before the camera, but for being a monstrous mother. Mary Astor made her screen debut in September 1921 and retired from the screen in March 1965. Ironically, with Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, the film in which Joan was to have starred with Bette Davis, but because of their disagreements on the set, Joan left the production on the pretext of illness. She was replaced by Olivia de Havilland. Astor was therefore technically on the screen longer than Joan Crawford, but in roles of diminished importance. Film stars are traditionally thought of as poor mothers. Many have indulged in unmotherly behavior. Judy Garland, Ingrid Bergman, Bette Davis, Gloria Swanson, Marlene Dietrich, and Lana Turner, to name but half a dozen. And few have evaded the relentless eye either of the gossip columns of the past or the tabloids of today. The extraordinary lives which these women led, and the unique stresses placed upon them, makes it foolish to expect any of them to have behaved like normal human beings, yet many would argue that this remains a very poor excuse, or no excuse at all.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?